Today was a day of protest across the country as the Nigeria Labour Congress led its members on demonstrations over the current economic challenges in the country. President of the NLC, Ajaero, delivered a letter to the leadership of the National Assembly for transmission to President Bola Tinubu as it calls on the government to prioritise citizens' well-being. TVC News reporters captured the protests in Abuja, Lagos, Delta, Bayelsa, other states in the southwest and the northeast. Their reports.
The Nigeria Labour Congress is on the march again. Less than 6 months after a similar exercise, the Congress is worried about the widespread hunger in the midst of rising cost of products and the weakening of the naira. From its headquarters, NLC members marched through the streets of Abuja, chanting solidarity songs amidst heavy security presence.
It's suffering for the worker. You know, no worker can live on 30,000 minimum wage. And over 150 million Nigerians are living below poverty line.
Soon, the protesters arrived at the National Assembly with a letter to Mr. President through the leadership of the National Assembly.
No worker can build one room. We are suffering. As a matter of urgency, the federal government should announce immediate measures to stop hunger.
The parliament is hopeful of a near end to the current hardship.
We are sensitive. Our leadership are restless to ensure that we mitigate the issue of hunger, the issue of unemployment, and the issue of insecurity. But all of us must be on the same page. It's my duty, it's your duty. We must all agree and work towards making sure that Nigerians are safe, Nigerians are not hungry, and Nigerians are secure.
We have faced the same challenges. These economic challenges and hardship faced by Nigeria is borne by everybody. I want to assure you that the leadership of the National Assembly will look into your requests and demands and take swift and prompt action.
The Nigeria Labour Congress says its mission accomplished on day one of its mass protest. The resolution now is that its National Executive Council will meet later in the day to review to this effort as it now takes a decision on the next line of action. Ajaero, TVC News, Abuja.
At about 8 in the morning of 27th February, members of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) took to the streets of Lagos to protest against economic hardship in the country. Amidst tight security and watchful eyes of men of the State Police Command and Rapid Response Squad, the workers started the walk under the bridge in Ikeja and had a brief stop at Allen Avenue before proceeding to the governor's office in Alausa, Ikeja.
The unity, definitely, the freedom is around the corner. Nigerians today, let us rise and let us tell Mr. President what he's supposed to hear. And what do we need to tell Mr. President? Nigerians are hungry. There is hunger in the land. It is the civic responsibility of government to provide for us. And it is also our human right for them to give us all that we needed.
This protest holding here is only symbolic. We must carry this protest to our workplaces, carry this protest to our neighborhood, carry it to our streets, carry it to our schools. We must carry it everywhere because our demands are clear.
At the governor's office, the majority leader of the State House of Assembly received the protesters and assured them of the state government's commitment to welfare of workers.
We raised the issue and members deliberated on it extensively, and we passed a resolution to the governor to implement our resolution. And that's why we also want to acknowledge Mr. Governor for also implementing our resolution in the House of Assembly. The committee was inaugurated and they started holding meetings. So at the end of the day, they will start implementing all these policies that the government read out during the last media chat.
It will be recalled that the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, did not join the protest. Officials of TUC, however, preferred solutions to the economic hardship facing the country.
The leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress here in Lagos State and civil society groups have been able to submit their demands to the Lagos State House of Assembly leadership. They remain resolute to continue this protest tomorrow. Sharon Ijason, TVC News, Lagos.
Across the 6 states of the Northeast region, the Nigerian Labour Congress protest was peaceful. The turnout of union members and workers in Yobe State was low compared to Bauchi, Gombe and Taraba states. Security operatives blocked the NLC procession in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. That did not stop the union from voicing its displeasure.
The organized labor is the voice of the masses.
Yes.
Therefore, we should be allowed to do the peaceful rally just as any other person. We know our state is very peculiar, but we are well coordinated as an institution that has law and order.
In Bauchi State, the NLC gave the state government a 7-day ultimatum to pay the long-awaited COVID-19 palliative to workers. The Taraba State chapter of NLC is giving the state government 14 days to meet its demands.
Let us prepare our food, prepare everything that can take you a long time, because we will shoot down Taraba State.
They should look into the plight of the general public, not only civil servant. The condition is fighting harder. Hunger is setting, and then the people are getting it not easy.
The removal of fuel subsidy, which caused hardship to all people in Nigeria, and the hunger still are killing people.
Government officials acknowledge the hardship caused by soaring inflation. They assured the protesters that they are working round the clock to address these challenges.
As a good leader, whatever your subordinates are facing is what we are also facing. I can tell you that we are together in all your plight.
His Excellency Honorable Memana Buri, CON, have approved wages out to civil servants and pensioners.
And the generality of the people.
The NLC insists that its protest continues on Wednesday.
The state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress presenting the demands of labour to the governor of Gombe State for onward presentation to the president. Labour hopes to apply sufficient pressure to make the government implement policies that will be people-friendly and reduce the hardship currently being experienced. Labour also hopes to redeem some of its credibility that seems to be eroding in recent months. Landry Hadiemi, TVC News, Gombe.
In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, members of the NLC started their protest from their secretariat in Agodi, marching towards Mokola roundabout to express their grievances.
One thing is obvious, people are hungry, and that is why they are angry. And the authority needs to quickly address the situation. And like we have presented and our highlighted demands, agitations to the governor to pass it to the Mr. President, and likewise his colleagues in Nigeria.
Governor Seyi Makinde later joined the demonstrators, appealing to them for patience and a peaceful exercise.
In Oyo State, we started paying in October, we paid in November, we paid in December, we paid in January, we paid in February. Please, I am begging you, this problem will be over.
The protest was not any different in Ogun State, as the workers converged on the secretariat at Abiola Way, Abeokuta, amidst heavy security presence.
16-count demand between Labour and federal government, which the national leadership felt the achievement index was extremely low, and there are a lot of communication to that, and eventually there was no positive remark from federal government. On that premise, the national leadership of TUC and that of NLC felt the best we can have is to have a protest, just protest, peaceful protest, at least to press our demand.
For the Ondo State NLC, they are not just asking the federal government to urgently address the current situation.
Fix local refinery and subsidy. We agree to
with the government to end the subsidy.
In Osun State, protesters appealed to the federal government to honor the agreement signed with the labor union in 2023.
All we want is the federal government should please honor the agreement that was signed by the organized labor and its serve as the federal government. People are suffering, people are hungry. An hungry man is an hungry man. You can see the country is even tensed.
With members from the southwest region echoing their concerns over the challenges faced by Nigerians, they hope that the federal government can initiate comprehensive solutions to alleviate the economic problems faced by citizens.